Well, family members are devastated after a new mother was shot and killed by her husband, who then took his own life. It all happened in Brookwood Hospital less than 24 hours ago. A Jefferson County coroner's report says Precious Johnson was shot multiple times. Authorities say she was a patient in the hospital. Family members say the 24-year-old had just had a baby with her husband, 19-year-old Kenneth Terry Jr. According to the coroner, Terry died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
Just hours after 24-year-old Precious Johnson gave birth to her first child in the postpartum recovery room of Baptist Health Brookwood Hospital's Women's Medical Center, her 19-year-old husband, Kenneth William Terry Jr., shot her multiple times before turning the gun on himself in an apparent murder-suicide.
It's highly likely that based off of what we see in murder-suicides and the escalation of violence during pregnancy and postpartum is often tied to a diminishing amount of power and control that this person felt like they had on their partner.
McWilliams says this event shows that domestic violence is not just an issue in the home, but a health and safety concern for the community.
Homicide is actually the leading cause of death in pregnant and postpartum women, much higher than any sort of medical complication. Pregnant women are truly in danger at the hands of their partners when there's domestic violence involved.
But Sunday night, after Johnson delivered her baby, authorities say Terry shot her several times and then turned the gun on himself.
The newborn was not in the room and was unharmed. Family members and online reports have alleged that moments before the shots, Precious told him the baby was not his. What could drive someone to open fire in the very room where their child was just born?
A place meant for care turned into a crime scene. Homewood police are investigating a deadly shooting inside the Women's Center at Brookwood Hospital. Officers were called just after 9:25 Sunday night on reports of shots fired. When they arrived, they found 2 people dead. Investigators say it appears to be a domestic murder-suicide. The Jefferson County coroner identifies the victim as 24-year-old Precious Johnson of Birmingham, a patient at the hospital, and 19-year-old Kenneth William Terry Jr. of Midfield. The coroner says Johnson was shot multiple times, and Terry Jr. died from an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound. The hospital was placed on lockdown overnight, lifted Monday morning. In a statement, Brookwood Hospital says police immediately responded and secured the scene. Homewood Mayor Jennifer Andrus calls this an active investigation and says the city is working closely with the hospital leadership. But major questions still remain. How did a visitor get a gun inside a hospital? What security measures were in place at the Women's Center entrance? Will those protocols now change? Families, staff, and patients are left wondering how this could happen inside a hospital.
Killers walk among us every day. Ordinary people hiding unimaginable secrets. Welcome to Killers Among Us. Every story here is built on extensive research, drawing from court records, police reports, official documents, and verified sources only. No speculation, no opinions, no filler. You get the full, unfiltered picture, and you decide what it all means. If these deep dives resonate with you, if the facts hit hard, hit that like button, subscribe so you never miss an episode, and drop a comment below. Tell me your thoughts on the case, what shocked you most, or suggest other stories you'd like covered. Your engagement helps these real accounts reach more true crime lovers who value the truth over sensationalism. And today, we examine the hospital room murder-suicide that allegedly followed a devastating paternity claim just hours after birth. Let's dive in. Not much light has actually been shed on this case, but from what I know, Precious Alicia Janae Johnson, 24, of Birmingham, Alabama, was a patient in the Women's Medical Center at Baptist Health Brookwood Hospital on March 1st, 2026. She had just given birth to the couple's first child earlier that day. Her husband, Kenneth William Terry Jr., 19, of Midfield, Alabama, was visiting. He had recently completed Army National Guard training. Family members later described him as hard-working, generous with his money, and committed to the marriage. According to family statements reported in the media, the couple had been experiencing marital problems, and Precious did not want Terry's family present at the hospital for the birth.
Well, I did speak with Kenneth Terry's mother today. As you can imagine, she is devastated. She did not want to speak on camera, but she told me she just can't understand what happened. She said this young couple was having some marital problems, and Precious Johnson did not want Terry's family at the hospital when she delivered the baby, but she still can't comprehend that her son could be violent. 19-year-old Kenneth Terry had a lot going on in his life. His mother tells me he had finished Army National Guard boot camp, had married 24-year-old Precious Johnson, and they were expecting a baby. But Sunday night, after Johnson delivered her baby, authorities say Terry shot her several times and then turned the gun on himself.
Around 9:25 p.m. on March 1st, 2026, Homewood police received a shots fired call at the hospital. Officers arrived to find both individuals deceased. Precious Johnson had sustained multiple gunshot wounds. Kenneth Terry Jr. died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound shortly afterward. The Jefferson County Coroner's Office ruled the deaths a domestic assault murder-suicide. The newborn was not present in the room during the incident and was physically unharmed. No other patients, staff, or visitors were injured. But what exactly was said in that room in the minutes before the shooting? Family members have alleged that Precious told Terry the baby was not his. Within moments, according to the timeline, the shots were fired. What words could possibly trigger such an immediate and final escalation just hours after a child is born? The hospital was placed on lockdown. It remained locked down through the night and was not lifted until Monday morning. Baptist Health stated they are cooperating fully with authorities. How did a firearm make it inside a maternity ward in the first place?
While shootings inside hospitals still remain extremely rare, violence in healthcare settings is becoming more of a national concern.
According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, healthcare workers are 5 times more likely to experience workplace violence than workers in other professions. Nationally, healthcare workers make up about 10% of the workforce, but account for nearly half the reported workplace assaults.
We have been seeing more incidents of emergency department violence nationally.
Emergency nurses say much of that violence happens inside emergency departments, and it's often physical, not just verbal.
There is a significant amount of violence that occurs in the emergency department. Oftentimes it's physical, not just verbal.
A patient and visitor are dead after a murder-suicide shooting at Baptist Health Brookwood Hospital in Homewood on Sunday. In December 2012, a gunman opened fire inside of St. Vincent's Hospital in Birmingham, injuring a police officer and 2 hospital staffs before being shot and killed by police. In March 2018, an employee opened fire inside UAB Highland Hospital, killing a nursing supervisor, wounding another worker, and then apparently taking his own life. So we asked the tough question, how does a person get a gun into the hospital? We learned security measures differ in each hospital.
Every hospital has an emergency operations plan according to their geography, their resources, their area. So there's not just one size fits all. They have, and they exercise their plans as well.
Alabama hospitals set their own security protocols. Metal detectors are not required statewide. Less than 24 hours later, a reporter was able to walk through parts of a similar unit without being stopped.
I wanted to get an idea of the security there. Less than a day after the shootings, I walked through the labor and delivery unit unchecked.
Hospitals always do after-action reports and look at what are the lessons learned, what worked well, what might need to be refined. And in doing that, it's not uncommon for the Hospital Association to pull together all of our hospitals to share information and best practices and what worked and what didn't work and what might need to be revisited.
An Alabama Hospital Association spokesperson said this was the first incident of its kind in their 30 years representing hospitals in the state.
That is definitely very rare, extremely rare.
Police say this is being investigated as a domestic incident.
It's highly likely that based off of what we see in murder-suicides and the escalation of violence during pregnancy and postpartum is often tied to a diminishing amount of power and control that this person felt like they had on their partner.
Police say no one else was injured, but this incident has raised concerns about overall security in hospitals. Experts say this is an isolated incident, and many hospitals in Alabama have security plans in place.
We will take this opportunity, just like we do any other time that there is an event, for there to be a minute to breathe and have an after-action look and lessons learned and see, as best practices are shared with the hospital community, where we may need to start focusing on enhancing some things.
McWilliams says this event shows that domestic violence is not just an issue in the home, but a health and safety concern for the community.
Homicide is actually the leading cause of death in pregnant and postpartum women, much higher than any sort of medical complication. Pregnant women are truly in danger at the hands of their partners when there's domestic violence involved.
The investigation by Homewood Police remains active as of March 4th, 2026. No motive has been officially released. The newborn, who entered the world that same night in that same room, was not physically harmed. The child is now orphaned. What will that baby one day be told about the night they were born? All information presented comes from Homewood Police statements, Jefferson County Coroner's Office reports, and verified family statements reported in official media coverage. Alleged details are presented as such. Remember, this is still a fresh case. More details will be released, and I will be looking out to bring to you guys. Turn on post notifications. That's the full story of Precious Johnson. New cases drop every Thursday and Sunday. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss one. Thank you for watching Killers Among Us. Until next time, stay aware. The killers are among us.